for coming out. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. Today's information and training session is going to be on employee self-registration and self-serve portal. Okay, so this applies to all employees, whether you're hourly, a manager, salary, supervisor, it doesn't matter. Everyone has to register. It's not an option. Okay. Any questions before I get started? Okay, so moving on. Okay, so this is what the registration screen will look like. As you can see the screenshot, it says register here. You would go to workforcenow.adp.com and click the register here button. The next step is a registration code. We're actually going to email a registration code to all employees. You'll be able to use this registration code through the end of August. And then after that, everyone will get their own personal code. So if there's a new hire that's not already employed here, they wouldn't use that registration code. They'll get a new one. It's only for employees that are currently working here. It's a one-time registration code. That way, everyone can use it. Everyone knows what it is. It'll be valid through the end of August, and then after that, it will no longer be valid. So it's really important that everyone registers right away, because if you don't register, you don't get paid. So this is required. Okay? Any questions?
So the code is received before?
Yeah, we're going to give you the code. We're going to give you a one-time code. It's going to be emailed to all employees prior to this will take place in June. Okay. But after August 31st, that code won't be any good. So say you hire someone September 1st, and you give them that code, or you try to walk them through, it won't be valid because everyone will get their own personal code. Okay?
And then hire someone, let's say July 1st. What happens to that?
That code will be good. Yes. That's our go live date, so that code will still be good. Okay? So you enter the registration code, then you click next. It'll ask you if you want to set up an account with the foundation. Of course, you say yes. And then here, this is how you're going to identify yourself. You're going to go ahead and put in your first name, your last name, and we recommend that you put in the last 4 digits of your social security number. It's giving you the option of putting in your employee ID, your last 4 digits of your social security number, or your birth month and day. We recommend social security number, but those are the options. And then you click confirm. After that, you'll get a screenshot that says register now. You click that button. And then you'll get this screenshot that asks you to populate your personal information. You're going to enter your email address, phone number, and an alternate phone number if you have it, and then you click next. And this is your personal information. And I would recommend you use any will address that you check often, not one that you just check periodically, because you'll get emails, or if you lose your password, HR will have the option to reset it. But say if you're at home and you need to reset your password, we won't be available. So you can actually do it yourself, but they're going to email it to the email address on file. So you want to utilize the email address that you use often, all the time. Okay? Here's where you create your user ID and password. It is case sensitive. It's between 8 to 64 characters, a combination of numbers and letters. Okay? You put in your security questions, you accept the terms and conditions, and then you click register now. And then here you are, it'll say registration complete. That's how you know that it worked. But in addition to that, you're going to receive an email to the email address that you actually entered, and you're going to have to respond to that email. You're going to have to click something that says activate to fully be registered. Okay? Any questions? Right. Yes.
Have you already been registered from a prior employer? Did that come up, or?
Well, the difference is it may, but it shouldn't, because now you're going to be with a different company.
Okay.
So it could possibly, but it shouldn't, just because you're not using the same company code. So that's the primary difference. But if you run into trouble, just let us know. Because I've had that happen to me as well. So I know what you're speaking of, but it shouldn't take place. They should be more sophisticated by now.
Okay.
All right? Okay, so now we're gonna move on how to navigate inside of the ADP homepage. And as you see at the top, there's 4 menu icons. The first one's an envelope, that's where you'll receive your messages. The second one is calendar, that's where you can send different calendar request time off. And then support. So the support button is where you'll be able to push once you have access. It'll have all different types of how-to guides. And it's available 24/7. Okay? And then the next little arrow is the logout. And then under your username, it's your personal profile and your preferences on how you like to set up. Okay, so let's move on. So this is how it would look when you click your messages. You'll have alerts, you'll have tasks, and you'll have notifications. And at the bottom, I explained the difference between an alert, a task, and a notification. Okay. Any questions? Okay, so if you click your calendar icon, it'll take you to this page. And as you can see, it has a request time off button. And this is where you can request time off, and your manager or whoever the designated person is will receive your request. Okay? And you can also interact with your peers. And if you're a manager, you can interact with peers and the people that report to you. So, any questions?
Sorry, I didn't.
Sure.
Is this where, if you don't have any time off available, is this where it's going to,
It's going to show you your balance.
at this?
Yeah. We'll walk through it more, but you're going to see if you don't have any time off, it's not going to let you take request time off.
Or if you have not been 90 days?
If you don't have any, it won't let you request it.
Okay.
It's not going to let you go into the negative.
Wait, what? Is this for your sick days?
No, it's just any time off. It could be vacation, it could be sick, it could be bereavement or jury duty, it could be any time off. Okay, but this is where you start and where you request it. Okay? And we'll go further into that. This is just showing you an overview on how you register in the different menu icons and what's available. This is your support icon button. As I said, this is where you can get different resources and how-to guides. And this is what it'll look like. So once you click the support button, this is what it'll come up with different topics, like where it says about doing messages in the message center. So it has a bunch of guides that you can look at. Okay. The username. So the username will be at the top corner, and it'll have my profile and your preferences. Under your profile, it'll have all your information, you know, your job title, your salary, your email address, phone number, things like that. And under preferences, it'll be like if you want it to be English or Spanish, if you'd like to receive email notifications, email or in the ADP message center. So it'll have the different options you can choose. Okay, the search bar. You can actually search for someone's name in the search bar, and I actually listed how to search for it. You need to, if you have the person's last name, you would enter the last name, then a comma, and it'll bring up you all those people with those last names, or if you also can do it by first name as well. So you don't have to actually go through a bunch of steps. That's a shortcut to find people. And that's your log out button. Okay, so employee self-services is unlimited access. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can access it from your home or your office or wherever you are. The employee registration is mandatory. It's online time and attendance. It's required by all employees, and registration is required for everyone, especially if you have to clock in and clock out, because how are you going to get paid if you're going to clock in and clock out? To where salary people, they only report their exception time. Okay. The self-serve portal is where you enter and update your personal information, and you can also access your pay statement, your W-2, direct deposit, W-4, things of that nature. Any questions? Okay, moving on. Okay, so this is how you access your pay information. You will go to myself, you will go to the pay tab, and as you can see, the different line items as direct deposit, pay statements, calculators, your personal accrued time, your tax withholdings. That's how you would access that under that tab. Yes.
So since we've already set up direct pay with foundation and you all have those forms, so that's automatically going to populate ADP?
It will populate, but if you want to change it, like now you have to come through us, you can actually just change it on your own. Everything that we currently have on file we'll transfer over. But I know that we have some email addresses that are not valid. So it'll just be good for employees to go and make sure that what they see there is actually accurate, or whenever they want to change their email address, they can. You know, if they want to change tax forms, they don't no longer have to call us. They can go directly to, and change it any time of the day. Any more questions? All right, moving on. This is where your personal information is. As you can see, you can access your personal profile under Myself, Personal Information, Personal Profile. And this is under Myself, and you see where it says time off, and you can request your time off. You can see your time off balances. You can also see a list of requests that you've made, and if you have any carryover from the previous year, you'll be able to see that as well. And that's under the time off tab, under Myself. Any questions? Okay. Time and attendance. So we just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of the supported browsers by ADP. So make sure that you look at that and make sure that any systems that you're using has one of these supported browsers, or you will not be able to access ADP. Okay. A reminder, we will continue training and information sessions in June. We will actually, everyone, I think the second week of June will receive the registration code so they can start registering. And then how-to guides will also be available the fourth week of June. And our time and attendance go live date is July 1st, 2018. Any questions? Okay. All the information and training sessions are available on the website, including the handout and the materials. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? No? I think it'll be very user-friendly. It's very intuitive. Hi, do you have a question, Rosalinda?
So for information, I know that I continue to see just Miranda's name on it. Is she the only one that would be the contact person for any issues?
Well, as we go further into it, you can contact anyone in HR, but as a primary source, we put the name of the HR director. Okay. Any questions? No? Any questions? All right, you look like you had a question. Okay. All right, so that concludes the meeting, and thank you all for coming. And again, feel free to reach out if you have any further questions.